to the video covering the all-rounders in Pokemon Unite. Today I'll be going over their moveset, held items, battle items, and what lane I believe they'll play best in. And this is all my personal opinion, of course. This is going to be a long one, so we're going to go ahead and get right into it. We're going to start with Aegislash in the top path. I believe this Pokemon should be played in lane because it does really well stacking. I believe Sacred Sword, Wide Guard is his best moveset with attack weight, Aeos Cookie, weakness policy, and surprisingly, even checking Unite API, Potion has the highest win rate for Aegislash on both builds. So regardless to what you're running, I believe you should be running Potion. One of the few Pokemon in the game I really like Potion on. Next up we have Azumarill with Aqua Tail and Whirlpool, running Muscle Band, Scope Lens, and Energy Amplifier with X Speed. I believe that Aqua Tail and Whirlpool are the better movesets. Whirlpool helps you in team fights. Not Whirlpool, what is this move? Water Pole, so my bad. Helps you more in team fights because you're getting more damage. Muscle Band is also going to help you in team fights, even though it doesn't work the same way it used to. And now it only procs on the first opponent hit, but I still think it's worth running. And then Aqua Tail because it allows you to fight from range, and then Energy Amplifier because Azumarill has a super low Unite move cooldown anyway. It should be played in the top path, and I should mention that these are all at level 13 because I believe that's what level you should be at the end of a match when you're able to farm efficiently. Next up we have Blaziken with attack weight, Aeos Cookie, Razor Claw, played in the top path with eject button to reposition your overheat. Obviously you don't see his attacks because he gets all of his attacks as he levels up. See a lot of people play Energy Amplifier on Blaziken. Please understand that this item does not work every time you use your Unite move. If you're saving your Unite move and fighting in one form and waiting for it to come off cooldown, you could get some value from it. I believe this is just a much better build though. I believe you'll win more with this, and I also recommend highly double stacking on Blaziken. Next up we have Buzzwole. How he has fallen from grace, but he's still a really good Pokemon. Surprisingly, Superpower Lunge is his highest win rate right now, and I also really enjoy playing this right now. With attack weight, Muscle Band, and Focus Band with an X Speed. And a lot of these Pokemon I stack on, unless I explicitly say so, you could drop this for anything. You could drop this attack weight for Razor Claw, Scope Lens, even Float Stone's kind of a good item on Buzzwole. He needs all the speed he can get. I wouldn't run Energy Amplifier or Weakness Policy. That's kind of personal preference if you don't like stacking. I would personally put Weakness Policy on there if I didn't feel like stacking in a particular game, or if I happen to know that I'm going top path and the enemy team has a Mamoswine that's going to be going top path, or just something that's going to stop me from stacking. If I think I might be up against lane Pikachu, I won't stack, and I would personally run Weakness Policy. Next up we have Ceruledge, the best Pokemon in the game right now in my opinion. Almost one of the best Pokemon ever, honestly, in my opinion. He's super good right now. The outplay potential with this Pokemon is ridiculous with Bitter Blade, Phantom Force. You can play the other moveset. I would focus more. I would probably drop attack weight and Razor Claw for Muscle Band and Scope Lens if I was going to play the other build, but I actually think he should only be played in the jungle. His early lane is really, really bad. And then eject button, I just think it's the better item. You could run full heal. I don't see why you would though. Attack weight, Razor Claw, and Energy Amplifier as his held items. Next up we have Charizard, another Pokemon I think should only be played in the jungle. His early lane is just really bad. And this isn't his actual best moveset, but this is what I enjoy the most. The disruption you get with Fire Punch, and then the ability to rip objectives and kind of reposition enemies with Fire Blast and prevent scores. It's really important. I like Razor Claw as long as I'm running Fire Punch. Scope Lens is a mandatory item on Charizard. The way his passive works, you're going to be critting all the time when your health gets to 30%, I believe. And then Energy Amplifier is a really good item on him right now. It gets his Unite move back quickly already. It's going to give him that extra damage. Some of the time is taken up from the slam, so you're only really getting 2 seconds of extra damage, but that 2 seconds is enough time to kill something in the game. And then eject button, I believe, is his best move. If you engage with Fire Punch and you can't get out, you can eject away. You could also run full heal with this build, but I find more success with eject button. Next up we have Dragonite, another Pokemon that should only be played in the middle path. believe you start Dragon Breath over Twister. I see a lot of people pick Twister over Dragon Breath, and I think this is just a better attack for getting your early farm. Dragon Dance is the better moveset overall unless you're trying to cheese something with extreme speed, but Dragon Dance is just going to help you build up your stacks for Hyper Beam, which is what I personally run, a little bit easier. And then you can run Outrage if you just want to cheese, but I think these are both really good attacks right now. Depending on the enemy team comp, if they don't have a lot of stuns, you can Outrage and really be successful, but it's hard to find the opportunity without a lot of stuns. Then Muscle Band, Razor Claw, and Scope Lens. I actually think this is a hybrid build where you will be able to pick whichever one of these you think will work better, and this is going to succeed with both of these abilities. If you're using Outrage, remember to spam it, so that way you get the procs from Razor Claw while you're still spamming Dragon Dance as well, and you're going to do a lot of damage. Then I believe Full Heal is the best battle item. If you're using Hyper Beam, it allows you to Full Heal, hit the Hyper Beam. If you're using Outrage, it allows you to stop your own stun or stop a stun while you're trying to fight the enemy team. We have Falinks, also a Pokemon that has fallen from grace. I still think this is the better moveset. I learned to play this when he was just broken, and I still have, this season, I believe, close to a 60% win rate, like a 57-58% win rate with this build. And it's still really strong in my opinion. Attack weight, weakness policy, energy amplifier, and you take a little bit of damage, you hit that heal, you're gonna be successful. I have eject button to reposition the Unite and to get a little closer if I have to hit the Mega Horn. And I actually like his Unite with energy amplifier. You do a little bit more damage and you get a little bit faster. It's not a great Unite move. You could drop this for something else. There's just really nothing else I like on there. You could go Razor Claw. I'm actually going to put that on there. If you see this, Razor Claw is actually really good because of the way the cooldown works with this build. You don't have to run energy amplifier. I personally do. We have Garchomp, another Pokemon that should only be played in the middle path or jungle. And I think the Dragon build is just better. I've watched Phil Yumas play this Pokemon several times with this build, with the Dig build. And I just think that this is the better moveset. The potential you have with the eject button, and then the eject button also plays into the Unite move. This is just the build right here. This has been the build. It will be the build. You could replace this for this right here, rock with this. You'll get your stacks a little bit quicker with Rapid Fire Scarf and actually start mowing them down. Then Gyarados, top lane Pokemon. Please don't play this in jungle. I have had, over the past week, probably 3 teammates try to jungle with Gyarados. And the enemy jungler has got their rotation, cleared their jungle, come to lane, had a team fight, secured top Alterias or bottom Alterias, and then gone back to jungle before they even get to lane. Terrible jungle Pokemon. Honestly, the worst right there with Comfy. Please don't play this in jungle. Just play it in lane. You want to be stacking with this anyway, so just play it in lane. Bounce Dragon Breath is a better moveset. You could use Waterfall Dragon Breath. I would not recommend Aqua Tail unless you just want to try the attack. You're just cheesing. Attack weight, energy amplifier, and weakness policy is what I use. You could drop this weakness policy for Muscle Band, Rapid Fire Scarf. Couple good options for him with eject butting to either push your bounce a little further, get to them to Dragon Breath, or to push your Unite move further as well. Then we have Lucario, another Pokemon that's fallen from grace, but I recommend you play him in the top path with me personally. I use Extreme Speed, Bone Rush. I've been playing this build for a long time. I can just capitalize on this when I have my full heal up. I'm doing damage, I'm making combos happen. If you're not good with this, you could play Power Up Punch in close combat, Power Up Punch, Bone Rush. I wouldn't recommend that. Probably stick to close combat if you're going Power Up Punch. And then I would probably keep this same build for that, actually. I'd swap the full heal because you already get full heal with the Power Up Punch. I believe it's the upgraded Power Up Punch. Yeah, it's unstoppable at level 11. So you could keep this until you're level 11, but once you get to level 11, it's going to be worthless late game. Yeah, I would just swap it for eject button. Next up, we have Machamp, my personal favorite all-rounder. I just have a lot of really fun games with him. Some videos I hope to be posting on the channel soon. Please don't jungle this Pokemon. It does not work well. There's so many better options. If you're jungling Machamp, the enemy team's jungling Meowscarada, Zeraora, Zoroark, and Leafeon, almost any speedster. Ceruledge, Charizard, you're kind of costing your team the game. You're just not going to be able to equal them in power from the jungle. Dynamic Punch is the better move. Submission is trolling. Everybody I see that plays Submission is just trolling. It's a good attack, but it just doesn't work for some reason. I like Cross Chop more than Close Combat. If you're actually getting your farm and you go into the raid pit with this fully stacked up and attack weight fully stacked up, then you get a crit. You're deleting anything. You can one-shot defenders. I've one-shot Machamps with this build. Not Machamps, but like 75% Mamoswines with this build. It is absolutely ridiculous. Eject button to reposition for a team fight, to like eject away from a team fight, or to reposition your Unite move. Really strong Unite move, fully stacked up as well. Then we have Metagross, personally one of my least favorite all-rounders, who I played 40 games with when he came out, like nothing but Metagross back to back to back. And I just don't really like this Pokemon's playstyle. He honestly feels more like a defender, but the build I would run is Gyro Ball, Magnet Rise, Attack Weight, Razor Claw, Weakness Policy. It's going to help you do a little bit more damage. And then you get your full heal, so that way when you're in the fight looking for that big Gyro Ball, looking to hit that Unite move on 30 people, you won't get stunned out of it. Popping this before you Unite is also crucial because that Unite gets canceled way too easily. Mewtwo X, one of the better all-rounders in the game. Not really talked about a whole lot. I don't really know why, but absolutely fantastic Pokemon. Future Sight and Recover I also think should primarily be played in jungle. When you come out of jungle into lane with that level 5 gank with the like Mega Gauge full and you're Mega Evolving, with pulling them to you with Future Sight, if you can get a big gank with that. I like Muscle Band, Focus Band, and Attack Weight personally. I find it really easy to get KOs when I move into lane, and that allows me to stack pretty much for free. And then I like Full Heal as the battle item. If you're pulling them to you, that could put you in a bad situation, and it gives you time for your recover to pop, allow you to keep fighting. Then we have Mimikyu, another one of the best all-rounders in the game. I think should exclusively be played in top path. You can jungle this Pokemon, but I just never have a problem playing it in lane. I feel like it's really strong, and that's personally what I would recommend. I like Play Rough more than Shadow Claw, both super good, but this is super cheesy, and there's games I've exclusively won from play roughing a speedster and then popping a Unite on them. It's kind of dirty work. Shadow Claw is definitely the better move though. Trick Room still just not good. Attack Weight, Razor Claw, Weakness Policy is the build here with the eject button. You can eject closer to hit your Unite on them. You can eject to hit the Play Rough on them. You could also run Full Heal. Both really good options. Then we have Scizor, not great. I'm going to be honest with you, not a great all-rounder. I personally run, you have to run Bullet Punch, but I personally run Sword Stance on Scizor with Full Heal. And we're going to go ahead and go to the next one because that is Scyther, and I run the exact same build on both of them. Attack Weight, Razor Claw, Weakness Policy with a Full Heal. And then the only difference is I run Double Hit on Scyther, Sword Stance on Scizor. I think they just match their kits better. You're pretty much getting the Sword Stance proc from Bullet Punch. Both alright. I think Scyther's a little bit better right now than Scizor is. Then we have Tsareena with Stomp and what is this one? Trop Kick. I think this Pokemon should just be played in top path with Attack Weight, Razor Claw, Weakness Policy. You're going to do a lot of damage. This Pokemon is still really good. It's just kind of fallen out of favor here lately. I really strongly recommend it though. I actually think it's a little better than Machamp, a little worse than Lucario. Full Heal's the battle item. It allows you to full heal if you're being stunned, hit your Unite, full heal into 2 big stomps. I think full heal's definitely the play. Then we have Tyranitar, also a really good Pokemon right now. Should only be played in jungle. If you're playing this in lane, you are throwing. That is just as bad as playing Gyarados in the jungle. I believe the Stone Edge Sand Tomb is still the better build with Attack Weight, Razor Claw, and Weakness Policy as the held items. I don't see why you would deviate from this. You come into lane, maybe you get a stack, maybe you don't. Later in the game, look for your stacks. It's going to help you array. Stone Edge plays really well in the Razor Claw. Sand Tomb plays really well in the Razor Claw. You're big, you're tanky, you have the most HP out of any all-rounder. Weakness Policy is really going to help. Then you have Eject button to reposition your Sand Tomb and get on top of them with your Unite move. We have Urshifu, another all-rounder that's probably third best in the game right now, maybe second behind Ceruledge and Charizard. Should only be played in middle path. This right here is the water Urshifu build with attack weight, Razor Claw, weakness policy. Razor Claw works really well with surging strikes. Weakness policy helps. I have had games here lately where I feel like it's not really doing much because I'm kind of just KOing the enemy before it can even pop. But I still think this is your best third item in attack weight. If you can come into lane, get KOs, which you probably will, you're going to get stacks, and that'll help your liquidation shield, that'll help your surging strikes damage, and then you have your eject button, really just to be dirty and keep chasing them. I mean, there's a couple good battle items. I don't think anything's better than anything else. And for the Wicked Blow build, I think they're both really good right now. I would run this same setup. I might drop weakness policy for scope cleanse. Where's that at? Right here. Because you're guaranteed to get a crit with Wicked Blow, and it'll raise that damage. It could be beneficial. It may just be better to stick with weakness policy, though. That's personal preference. If you have one leveled, maybe not the other, or you just like one item more than the other, you could stick with that. With Wicked Blow, I definitely recommend eject button, though. It's just going to allow you to hit that Wicked Blow a little bit harder, a little bit more often. We have Zacian, another incredible all-rounder who kind of just seems to be forgotten right now. Sacred Sword and Agility is still his better moveset, no matter what. These have not been changed. They are not better than they used to be. He is still Sacred Sword, Agility all the way. I personally like Muscle Band and Rapid Fire Scarf because you get so much out of his auto attacks that you want to be getting them as much as possible. And you're almost always auto attacking as well. You could drop the Rapid Fire Scarf for a Razor Claw, though. That is the only change I would recommend because you're popping a lot of abilities and you're going to get a lot of procs from Razor Claw. And then Full Heal is, I think it's best battle item. You jump in, you full heal, get your full combo, and then you use your Unite move and you're invulnerable again. You get a lot of invulnerability. Should also be played in the middle path or jungle. I don't recommend playing him in lane. You're not going to get a lot of farm, enough farm, I think, to really be able to proc his ability, which is going to stop you from kind of doing what he does best. When you're in jungle, you can get that clear, come out, and get 2 procs of his ability, and then maybe get a little stack or a little score in as well. Then we have the emblem page for these Pokemon. I believe they all use the same emblem page, which is 300 HP, 7 attack, 35 speed, 6 white, and 6 brown.